Are you looking for some awesome places to eat in the Canton area or in Stark County? In this video, I'm going to show you 7 of my favorite restaurants to eat at in the area. None of these are national chains, so they're all local establishments. A couple of them actually have a couple of restaurants in the area, but for the most part, none of them are national chains, and all of them are absolutely fantastic when it comes to their food. Now, when I list these, they're not going to be any specific order. We're not going best to worst. We're not going worst to best. I'm just going to list 7 great restaurants that you should give a try and that you should absolutely love. But with that said, sit tight and we'll get started soon. What's up, everybody? This is Justin Robleski with High Point Real Estate Group here in Northeast Ohio. If this is your first time to my channel, please take a quick moment to click on the subscribe button and click the little bell to be notified every time a new video comes out. I update the site weekly to where I'm constantly talking about where you can eat in the area, where you can live, jobs, just what it's like to live in Northeast Ohio. If you guys need anything at all, if you have any questions about Northeast Ohio or anything about them, or anything about this area, feel free to reach out to me, text me, call me, email me, or even send a carrier pigeon for all I care. That's up to you, whatever works for you. But like I mentioned in this video, I'm going to cover 7 awesome restaurants in the area that you'll absolutely love. If you haven't visited them, awesome. If you have, I would recommend you leave a comment, tell people about them, tell people about your experience. But with that, let's get started with number 1. My first one on the list is Baker's Cafe. So Baker's Cafe is kind of an interesting one. So when you're actually driving to it, you're literally going to drive through some neighborhoods to get to a restaurant that you didn't even know was there for the most part. When you get there, the type of food they serve is going to make you feel like you should be in a fancy restaurant and dressed up really nicely, but honestly, you could go there with jeans and a t-shirt and nobody's going to say a word for you. You're going to find steak there, you're going to find some great seafood, you're going to find chicken, they have cocktails there. So it's the equivalent of an upper scale restaurant with a lower scale feeling. I can actually tell you, I'm a big chicken fan and my wife is a big steak fan. My wife said the filet that she had there may be one of the best fillets she's ever had. Same thing, I got 2 massive chicken breasts as part of my meal. I don't even know what type of sauce they put on them, but they were probably the best cooked chicken breasts and the most juicy chicken breasts I've ever had. Phenomenal experience. But if you just want like a nice restaurant with some great food, but it's not too upper scale, just kind of chilled back, but with that upper scale taste, they're a great choice. The cost wise, they're going to be a little bit higher than your typical Outback Steakhouse or something like that, but they're nowhere near what like a black tie restaurant would be, to where you're expected to be dressed in a suit and a nice dress. So you're kind of in the middle between the two of them. I highly recommend it. The next restaurant on my list is called Table 6. What's nice about Table 6 is it's located right around everything. So there's what's called the Belden Village area, to where it is all your shopping and stuff. And it's located within 5 to 7 minutes of Belden Village. But Table 6 is kind of like, it's a different experience. We've been there a few times. It was highly recommended to us by some friends. And it's kind of like a family style meal. So when you order, you can order meals that you share for the table. You can also get individual meals if you want, but they're kind of known for their shared meals. And what I think is really cool about it, and I wasn't sure if I would be fond of this or really like it, but when they bring out your meal, so say for example they bring out the salad. A lot of restaurants, they'll bring out the salad, take your salad plates or your soup, take your soup, and then they'll bring out the main entree, and after you're done with the main entree, they'll see if you want dessert. Table 6 is completely different. When your food's ready, it's hot and ready, it comes out. So if you're not done with your salad and your meal comes out, well, it's time to eat your meal or continue eating your salad. It's up to you. Same thing for the dessert. And I wasn't sure I'd like that, but I'll tell you what, it was really kind of nice. I liked having all my food in one sitting there, so I could pick and choose what I wanted to eat, and I didn't necessarily have to do it in the order that most restaurants expect you to. By no means is this a expensive restaurant, pretty casual. You can pretty much dress as you want. They are not overly expensive by any means. They're just what you expect for any middle of the road restaurant. But a great atmosphere. There's a lot of fun there. It seems like a lot of people are talking and active, enjoy being there, but definitely one of my favorite fresh restaurants in the area, and my wife's too, actually. The next restaurant that we probably frequent more than most is called Roosters. Roosters is kind of like your sports bar where there's TVs everywhere. They got the big bar in the middle, kind of like a BW3s per se. They just got your wooden tables everywhere. Just a really sports bar type feel. Now, what we like about Roosters is the food is really good. Like they have some delicious burgers, great chicken sandwiches, salads, quesadillas, whatever you want. They just have all good food all the way around. And on top of that, the service is unbelievably friendly. Everybody's just really laid back and casual about it. The wait staff, the managers, everybody's just all about giving you a good time. And on top of that, it's really inexpensive. So say for example, my wife and I, if we go out to eat, we literally on average a lot of times we'll each get a burger when we're out for lunch. She likes to get like a side of something. I usually get some nachos and cheese. They have some nachos and cheese with jalapenos on them. The jalapenos are a little bit too hot for me sometimes, but putting one on every so often is actually really good. But 2 burgers, fries, 2 appetizers, and 2 drinks, not alcohol obviously because that gets more expensive. We don't walk out there with tips spending more than $20-25 and had a good solid meal. Nowadays for 2 people you're approaching $20 at McDonald's. So if that gives you any idea, but check them out. Fantastic for dinner, lunch, whatever works for you. Just a very casual atmosphere if you want to go watch some sports games, enjoy some brewskis, enjoy some burgers. I believe they have pizza there as well. I've never tried the pizza, but other than that, great place to go. All right, moving on to Papa Gyros is the next one. Now, Papa Gyros does have a few restaurants in the area, but by no means is he a national chain. Papa Gyros is a Mediterranean restaurant, and just like the name says, they're big into gyros, but a lot of other Mediterranean foods, Mediterranean salads. You got like your baklava, things like that. But I've tried a lot of gyro places. You have like Gyro. I can't remember the other one. There's one in the mall nearby. But out of all the gyro places, Papa Gyros is just the absolute best. Their tzatziki sauce is phenomenal. Their menu, whether you get like a Cajun gyro, a standard gyro, one with onions, tomato, lettuce. They have a buffalo gyro. They have all different kinds. And you can actually see them shaving the lamb fresh each time for the gyro meat. But what I like about them is they shave it very, very thin. So you got like some places that like thick gyro meat, they go like really thin like this, and it just gives it a whole different texture. But the flavoring of it is just absolutely amazing. And then also the rice they make, if you get a side of rice with it, it usually doesn't come with most gyros, but get a side of rice, I promise you won't regret it. That rice is some of the best rice I have ever had. But Papa Gyros is a very casual atmosphere for the most part. You can dress about any way you want. Any lunch or dinner, great place to go. And on top of that, you get a heaping pile of food for what you spend. So like a typical gyro, you'll spend, I think they have lunch specials for like $5 or $6 sometimes. But if you want to get like a big old gyro platter with extra tortillas, not tortillas, but extra pita bread, I think it's like $9 or $10. And I seriously feels like you get a pound of meat. So they hook you up fat. All right, but give them a try. We got 3 more restaurants to go. The next one is going to be called Bombay Sitar. Now this one's a little bit different. So if you're all about trying like different cuisines and not about the same old stuff over and over, Bombay Sitar is an Indian restaurant. When we first tried it with some friends, absolutely delicious. So we're thinking, we might go back, every so often here and there. Well, then a friend of ours actually made a meal that was similar to what Bombay Sitar makes, and it was just outstanding. We hadn't tried that when we first went, but that meal it may have been one of the best things I've ever eaten. It was a special type of chicken. I don't even remember the name of it. I actually have to look at the menu to order it, but absolutely loved it. If anybody wants to know what it is, hit me in a comment in here, and I'll actually look it up and I'll post it in the comments for you. But just some of the best food I've ever had. If you've never tried Indian food, I highly recommend trying this. We actually go there a little bit more often now. Now the food is a little bit heavier, so just be aware like their sauces are a little bit thicker and heavier, but you will not be disappointed. This is some of the best food I've ever had from any restaurant. Price-wise, each person's meal is going to be roughly $11 to $15. You could go a little bit higher on that, but other than that, that's right about your range you're looking at. We've only eaten there in person once. We usually have it to go. We do DoorDash or Grubhub or Uber Eats or whatever, but we usually have it brought to us or we go pick it up, and even when we get it at home, it's still fresh and tastes absolutely delicious. So highly, highly recommend if you're looking at trying something different. 2 more restaurants to go. Second from last is called A1 Japan Steakhouse. So A1 Japan Steakhouse is just like a hibachi grill is what you're looking at. So they cook the food in front of you, you get your steak, chicken, shrimp, great, fantastic food. Here's what I like the most about them. One is the atmosphere is really cool. How they cook in front of you, they do the fire. You know, if you get a really good chef, they make jokes with you. They flip eggs in the air and throw rice up in the air and just do a lot of cool stuff. It's very entertaining for kids especially, but a lot of adults have a good time there as well. If you're a big alcohol fan, they have lots of different drinks you can get there, different cocktails and things along those lines you can actually pick up. They also have sushi as well. So if you're sushi there, full around Japan restaurant essentially. The hibachi style with alcohol, with any sort of sushi you can possibly want. They have great sushi there. It's not my favorite sushi place, which I'll go about that in a different video, but their sushi is pretty darn solid. There I highly recommend the shrimp tempura roll, and then my wife loves the California rolls. They're really good in general. But you can get steak there, you can get shrimp, you can get fish there, you can get chicken. They have kids menus, things like that. My favorite thing they do is when they have the fried rice. Not all hibachi restaurants I noticed do this, but in their fried rice, they throw a couple eggs in the hibachi grill, chop them up into the rice. Makes a world of difference. But if you just want to have some fun, same thing, just like most of these other restaurants, pretty casual, wear what you want, nobody really cares. If you want to just have some fun, go have a good meal, head on there, give it a try. I will warn you ahead of time though, on average, you're going to spend for like a steak meal to get you get rice, vegetables, soup, salad, and then whatever protein you choose. You will spend between $20 and $30 per person there. Kids are a little bit cheaper, but that $20 to $30 per person is not including alcohol, not including sushi. So typically, we have a family of 5. I am not shocked to drop $150 when we go, but the food is really worth it, and they give you so much food that it's a no-brainer. You're taking a to-go container with you, and you're gonna have food for the next 2 days. By the way, the leftovers from there, when you reheat them, absolutely awesome. So fantastic leftovers on there. But I highly recommend to give them a try if you just want to have a good old time, want to go out with some family, joke around with some friends. The tables sit 10, so if you want to take some friends with you, fantastic. You guys have a blast doing everything. All right, last one here, guys. Sakura Japanese restaurant. So a lot of people have a different perception that Sakura is more Chinese compared to Japanese. I don't know. It's kind of like a toss-up between the two. When you go there, it's kind of like a hibachi type style, just like A1 that I was talking about. But I'll tell you the truth, I've never actually had the hibachi at Sakura. So not even sure how good it tastes. You guys would have to let me know, honestly. But I have tasted their sushi, and that's why it's one of my favorite restaurants. I'm a really big sushi fan. I like Sakura sushi better than what I like A1 sushi. A1's really good, but Sakura's even better. So a lot of times I'll go sit up at the sushi bar and just have lunch or something like that for, when I visit Sakura. It's a very quiet restaurant. When you walk inside, it's pretty dark for the most part. I wish they had a little bit more lighting to it, but it's kind of dark inside. And then when you're sitting in the sushi bar, the sushi chefs will actually just talk to you and chat with you, get to know you a little bit, so you have someone to talk to, especially if you're by yourself. And what's really nice if you sit up the bar is while they're making stuff, they'll make you some special things where you don't even ask for them. They'll just make some random things for you, serve it to you, say, here, give it a try. One thing they served me, I had a feeling what it was, but I decided to give it a shot and not prejudge it. So he gave it to me, said, hey, try this out. I try it. Flavor was really, really good. So I love the flavor. They have great flavors in their stuff, but it was very chewy. So I thought I knew what it was, but I double checked. He goes, hey, do you know what that was that I just gave you? I was like, I think, but go ahead and tell me. He goes, it's octopus salad. So the dude actually served me some octopus. I really couldn't tell the octopus pieces in there. They didn't look like giant tentacles like you'd think. They were just little chopped up pieces. But the problem wasn't the flavor. The octopus was just very, very chewy for me. I'm not into that whole the chewiness of it, so it just wasn't for me. But for flavor-wise, if you guys don't care about the chewy part, you want to try flavor, highly recommend the octopus salad. Same thing there. They have great California rolls, great shrimp tempura rolls. They have what's called a spicy shrimp roll. That's also really good. But it's a nice little restaurant. They're always very friendly there. I have a great experience. But again, the hibachi side of it, you'd have to try. Let me know what you think about it, because I have yet to try that side of it. I probably should one day though, right? I don't know. But that's the last one on the list. Like I said, there's no specific order for these. They're all fantastic restaurants. If you want to do like a cheap restaurant where you can get good amount of food, just really laid back with your friends and family and stuff, Roosters is probably going to be your best option. If you want to have, you want to do a little bit higher end where you're okay with it being more expensive, A1 Steakhouse is going to be your better option. You're getting higher quality proteins like that, and cool experience, but you do pay more money for it. But I had a fun time making this video. Hopefully it really helped you guys out. Maybe you learned about some restaurants you don't know about. Maybe all of them are new to you. Who really knows? None of them are national chains. They're not like an Applebee's or something like that. So they're great places to try locally. And just like I said in the beginning in the video, if you guys could take a quick moment, give me a thumbs up, give me a like on this video, take a quick moment to subscribe, and then click on the little bell so anytime I come out with a new video, you get notified of what's coming out and you get updated with everything new that I have getting posted to the site here. I'm really starting to ramp this up and focus because a lot of people are asking me to do more videos. I've been kind of busy with real estate during the summer, obviously, in Ohio. It can be pretty hectic. I've been very busy, actually. But I'm going to start busting out a lot more videos for you guys faster because I'm getting a lot of requests for it. And I'm constantly getting calls from people wanting to work with me from the videos. People are interested in moving to Ohio, like the Northeast Ohio area. They live in Northeast Ohio, but I want to relocate in different parts of Northeast Ohio. I have people moving out of state, so all sorts of people. And I absolutely love doing this. Real estate is not a job to me. I truly love what I do, and I truly love helping families. So if I can ever help with you guys with anything, just call me, text message me, email me. Do whatever works for you. I love helping you. I'll answer all your questions. I am not your pushy type salesman type guy, so I'm not going to try and force you into anything. There's no high pressure stuff for me. I'm really laid back and I'll answer any questions you want to know. So you have my contact information. Give me a call, email me, text message me, anything you need from me. And with all that said, I will see you guys on the next video.